Hi Sagittarius, welcome to your mid-September General Love Tarot reading. This is your girl Mermaid Scales Tarot. Thank you so much for joining me here. This is a General Love Tarot reading for the Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and or any other strong placement for the sign of Sagittarius. This is a general reading, so please keep that in mind. To only take what resonates with you and leave what doesn't for someone who really needs to hear these messages. And of course, hi Cross Watchers, you're very welcome here if you're interested in a Sagittarius. Who wouldn't be? I'd like to remind Sagittarius and Cross Watchers that energy is fluid. This simply means you may feel like I'm describing a certain situation in the reading where you feel the roles are flipped, reversed. That's completely okay. You're more than welcome to use your own discretion to flip those roles if that resonates with your specific situation the best. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get this reading started. I like to start my readings by doing a mini meditation to clear and set the energy, but if you're just here for the card pull, I understand. You can go ahead and check out the pinned comment below with all the timestamps. For those of you who are with me now, thank you so much for joining me. It really does help me connect to your energy by doing this. So I'm going to ask everyone to take a deep breath in, and I'm going to ring the sound bowl 3 times. And during that time, I just want you to open up your energy to ask the questions you have in regards to your love life. If there is a certain someone, start thinking about them now and we'll see what Spirit has to say. So let's go ahead and take that deep breath in. And tune into the energy of Sagittarius. All right, Sagittarius, let's go ahead and see what Spirit has to say for you guys. And this is kind of just like a mid-month check-in for you all. And for this reading, I am tuning into an energy in around your psychic field as someone that has romantic feelings or intentions towards you right now in this moment. Whether you are single or taken, whether you're currently in a connection or in separation, let's see whose energy is coming through, why are they coming through, and what does this mean for you guys from now to the end of the month. So tell me about the energy that wants to connect to Sagittarius in this reading. Okay, so we have Girl with a Snake. And it says, empath and narcissist paradigm, being charmed or used, enable boundaries. This is going to be one of those readings. And these readings sometimes need to be had, especially for those who are currently going through this or maybe kind of wondering why a certain energy has been popping up a lot more recently. There's some psychic cords here we need to be aware of, or someone needs to be aware of what's going on. And so I definitely feel like there's a very charming person. They've always been charming, but they're charming until they don't get their way, and then there starts to be problems. I'm seeing someone with a really sexy smile, like a no teeth smile, and maybe they have that in their Instagram, Avi, social media, Avi. I'm seeing little one side dimple here in that smile as well. I do feel though like someone is trying to coerce you or to flirt with you, and I think it's to get something out of it. I want to be real. With the snake, someone can be born near the snake in Chinese astrology. Someone could have a snake tattoo. But let's just be aware of this energy that wants to attach here. And it could be a feminine energy, a lower vibrational feminine energy. So let me just put this out here. We all have masculine and feminine energies. This doesn't have to do with gender or sex. However, we could be more dominant in one. And when there's a lower vibrational feminine energy, they use their sexuality to get what they want. They are manipulative. They are very quietly, they like to keep things on the down low, and they don't like to be called out, and they move in silence. So I think it's like one of those things where it's really hard for people to believe something about this person because they know how to sell themselves really good, but you see a side to them that they don't like to get exposed, that they don't like people to be aware of or to talk about. I'm seeing someone with like almond-shaped eyes as well. Tell me more about this energy for Sagittarius. Okay. Maple spirit generosity 23. So I definitely feel with this, like there is someone that has a very abundant energy, someone that is very generous, that always wants to help. And there's that empath narcissist paradigm, right? And so someone may be seeing your light, your vibrance, your generosity of spirit, of wanting to have a good time, of wanting to help and to be that light for everyone. Someone's seeing that as a place to take advantage right now. And I wonder with this generosity of spirit, almost as if like they are seeing someone shine so brightly with everyone, but they want it all to themselves. And maybe someone's been starting to notice that recently, like this person tries to dissuade someone from going out with their friends or hanging out with them more, or starts to get a little emotionally manipulative when they don't get their way. So be aware of that, okay? And I think some of you are picking up on that. And then it's like, am I crazy? Am I just reading into this wrong? Am I just being negative? Like, if it feels wrong, it most probably likely is. And so I feel some of you guys have been getting those gut feelings, and I feel it now in my, like, between my sacral chakra and my solar plexus chakra currently. And I wonder too if there's something that you found out about this person recently through their phone. So I wonder if there's something you saw on social media or looking through their phone. And they could be having a lot of people that they're giving attention to. Be aware of it. And they're trying to find excuses. Oh, they're just a friend. They're just coworkers. Oh, it wasn't a big deal. That type of energy I'm seeing here for some of you. All right, tell me more about this energy for Sagittarius. Okay, 2 cards here. So first one is broken. And it says the damage has already been done and I don't know how to pick up the pieces. And then we have intensity. The feelings I have for you overwhelm me, so I run away to process them. Okay, so this is why they're trying to do this very subtly, or they're trying to be very cautious in the way that they reapproach you. I do feel like they are really realizing that whatever happened to you recently, or something you could find out very soon, is going to be so eye-opening that it may kind of break trust here, break stability here. And I feel with the intensity though, like they can't really take the guilt, they can't really take the shame. So they may eventually ghost or have ghosted, but you need to know why, because it's something that they're trying to make it not actually be. What do I mean by that? So they may be trying to blame you for looking through their phone, and yeah, on paper, is that usually a good thing, but you had a gut feeling about it. You had a gut feeling and you were right. And so they may be trying to tell other people, oh, well, they looked through my phone, they were like suspicious and blah, blah, blah. And well, you were the one that was messaging other people you shouldn't have been. And they leave that part out, right? So that's just an example, but some of you may be kind of going through that type of mind game with this person here, where they're shifting the reality of it to suit their needs and to suit their ego. But yeah, I think also there's an intensity here for you, Sagittarius. So it's almost for some of you like they want to sweep some things under the rug. And if they're not able to do that successfully, then they flee, they stop texting, they stop calling. But I think they're just waiting for the clear zone. I don't think this is the last you'll hear from them, Sagittarius, if that has happened recently. And if they're coming back, I feel it's not for the greatest intentions. And that's what I want to be real with you on, Sagittarius, because you deserve to hear the truth. So let's get into the tarot. So with the tarot, I'm going to ask how they feel about you right now. What do they think of you? What do they like about you? What do they not like about you? What do they like about the connection they have with you currently? And what do they not like about it? And what are their highest hopes and deepest fears in regards to this connection with you, Sagittarius? What are they really hoping is happening and unfolding between the two of you? And what are they afraid of? Yeah, I can see the conflict going on here very clearly. Yeah. You know, for some of you, I feel like they went into something knowing what you wanted out of it, and they kind of like half promised you it, but isn't fully delivering, or had never had an intention of fully delivering. Yeah, wow. 2 2s here. Your birthday could be December 2nd, December 12th. November 22nd? Okay. So bottom of the deck, we have the Nine of Cups. This is Pisces energy. So this is in the background. And this is kind of where there was a huge eye-opening type of thing that happened, or just kind of broke here. You may have felt like you had the right person. And like I said, they're really good at projecting that image, right? Of being the person that people would always want to have. And it almost, you know, again, I wonder if you knew this, or maybe you kind of just wore the rose-colored glasses for some time. It felt a little too good to be true. But again, you had no proof of it, so you wanted to put in the back of your mind, maybe I'm overreacting, maybe this isn't, you know, what something that they're actually meaning by. So I think this is why it was kind of so sudden or shocking for you with this Nine of Cups energy, because you really felt like this person was the right one. Now, others of you, this could be the love bombing situation that has been going up until this point. Love bombing. It's when you kind of just over give these compliments and make someone feel so special, because when you give someone that emotional encouragement and that emotional hype up, let's just say, it releases a lot of dopamine and it makes you really feel like there's something special there. And so they may have always complimented you, always said that you're the only one I've ever felt this way for. You're the only person I feel this deeply with. We have a rare connection. I love you. Like all of these words that, again, kind of made you be on cloud nine. And I think for some of you, it was a smokescreen. So let's get into it. How they feel right now is Page of Wands in reverse. This is fire energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy. There's different messages I'm getting for different groups. For some of you guys, yeah, they are kind of feeling like with the time that has passed, or with things that are not getting better, they're losing a little bit of hope in this. But that hope is turning into bitterness and anger and resentment and pettiness. And so I do feel like if they've been snappy or sending some like really kind of defensive types of text messages or saying these things to you, I think it's like to the level of their immaturity of really facing this head on, or really accepting the fact of what they did really hurt you. And it's not going to be so easy as sweeping it under the rug again. Now, others of you, this is the rejection they may have felt recently at trying to seduce you, to flirt with you, to, I don't know, like maybe out of the blue send you a really like sexually based text message to think that that would just kind of distract you from the emotional mess going on here. And it didn't really work. And they feel a little ego bruised here from that, because that was their attempt that didn't land very well. So they feel a little embarrassed, definitely. Someone can have one pierced ear, I'm seeing. And it's like a diamond stud or something like that. What they think about you or think about this connection is the Ace of Swords. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy. They think there's a truth that is just so apparent that there's no way going around it. They think that the truth has finally been exposed, and that from seeing that or from hearing about it, it's what's sticking in your mind the most. And they view that as an obstacle. They view that as a challenge. Now, others of you, it could mean that they are feeling like the only way to maybe break forward in this would be to tell the truth. Just as it is, no fluff around it, just the cold, hard truth. But they're afraid to do that. They don't want to do that. That's like a weapon in their arsenal. They're waiting for the very last moment. But yeah, and I'm hearing truth hurts. And that's what they're associating this conversation with, which is why they don't want to experience that hurt. It would call them out. It would make them feel uncomfortable. But they know the truth. They do. And that's part of why it's frustrating, right? Because I think both of you are aware of it, but they want to pretend like they don't know. They do. What they like the most about you is the Five of Cups. Scorpio energy, you could have Scorpio rising, Scorpio moon, Scorpio Venus. So what I'm getting from this is that you are someone that, like, and this is how they viewed it at first. I don't know, not everyone's perspectives of us are realistic. But you are someone who maybe they were able to use sad stories on before and really sad excuses, and that you would kind of feel bad for them and give them that chance. Oh, it's because I lost my job. Oh, it's because me and my mom don't get along. No one understands me. That type of spiral. And you're the person, especially if you're empathic, that wanted to help and wanted to kind of help someone pick up the pieces and wanted to help get their life together. And for a while, they kind of saw your empathy as something they could use and take advantage of. But I think with this Five of Cups now, for some of you, I wonder if you went through something recently that has upset you, some sort of loss, disappointment, and them being the cunning little snakes they are, they may see that as an opportunity to come back into your life. Especially if you posted it on social media or it's just going around and they heard about it. And so they're saying, oh, now's the time. That's how they kind of think. And again, crosswatcher, if Sagittarius is doing this to you, just flip it all around. What they don't like about you is the Two of Pentacles. Capricorn energy. And when I picked this card up, I heard you're not all in. And that bothers them. Maybe before they were able to convince you and you were able to put differences aside and just give it another go. And this time it's like you're uncertain. This time it's more shaky. This time you're suspicious and you don't know if you can trust. And they're not doing much to convince you elsewise. And they don't know how to kind of rebuild the shaky foundation they have with you now. And now you may be always second guessing them. Now you may always be wondering what their true intentions are. And that's something that bothers them about this connection, Sagittarius. I know you guys are having specific messages lately, but I'm seeing a scar on a chin. Or maybe a cleft chin that someone could have. But with this Two of Pentacles, yeah, they don't like the fact that you're suspicious, that you're cautious, and that you haven't decided what to do with this, although they feel like they've put their best selling point out there. And they hate that's taking you this time to figure it out. What they like the most about this connection is the Ten of Pentacles, Virgo energy. So I wonder if you were in a relationship with this person, maybe still are, although it could be rocky currently. Maybe you're in a marriage with this person. But they feel a sense of security being with you, Sagittarius. Now that could be financial security. That could be ego security. Knowing that you'll always be there to help them out. I feel with this Ten of Pentacles energy too, like there's something about you that they would show off kind of like a trophy. And be that trophy girlfriend, boyfriend, husband, wife. And I feel with this Ten of Pentacles, maybe even some of you guys, like they're very much into networking, name dropping. And they feel kind of being with you or having this relationship status with you brings something to their ego as well. What they don't like about this connection currently is judgment. They're on thin ice. And they don't like the fact that this final decision is being left up to you. Or that maybe subconsciously you're already passing this judgment on them that they have no control over changing or fixing. Or that something that they said they would stop doing, that they wouldn't do again, has popped up again. And now what excuse do they have? They haven't been able to find a good excuse to explain this. You know, I'm hearing ex, so maybe there was like contact with a specific ex again that someone found out about as well. But yeah, they feel a little out of control, a little powerless in this. And they don't like the fact that so far they haven't been convincing you, or there hasn't been improvement, or you haven't just let this go. They still feel they're on this panel of waiting for your decision, waiting for your final judgment. And it makes them uncomfortable. It makes them squirm. It makes them nervous. And two, I wonder if there's people you've been telling about this situation, family members and friends, and they're afraid of their judgment, of how they see them. They care a lot about what other people think. Highest hopes, 2 of Cups. Cancer energy. They're hoping that whatever they've developed with you would be a strong enough emotional bond to get even through this. That the things they've said to you, the love bombing that they did, is enough for you to kind of put this aside and to stick through them with this. And they're hoping that this decision that you need to make, you'll consider how you feel in the times you've spent with this person. But again, they're very possessive of you. I feel that. I'm not seeing the devil here, but I feel like in the sense of like wanting to influence you, or wanting to change your mind, and wanting you as the way they want to see it and be fit as. That's how they kind of become possessive over you here, Sagittarius. And they're hoping that they convince you that the love hasn't been lost and it's still very much there. So some of you are currently going through this, and that's why it's been so hard to make this final decision or choice. Deepest fears, 8 of Wands. Sagittarius energy. Some of you could possibly be dealing with another Sagittarius, or someone with strong Sagittarius in their chart. They're afraid you're off to the races. Like, okay, yeah, that was the last straw. I'm good. I'm moving forward. I am going to keep you out of my life, find things to distract myself with. This will not hold me down. And maybe even they're afraid of you experiencing the freedom that some of you haven't really felt since being with this person. Now that there's not that heavy baggage of this person's, I hate to say it, crap around you to carry anymore, you're free to do what you want. They're afraid you're going out more. They're afraid you're hanging out with your friends more. They're afraid you're dating again. And maybe some of you are even traveling soon. And maybe you're doing it still, even if it was a travel experience both of you were supposed to have together. And yeah, I think they're afraid that once you get that little taste of freedom, you'll never unsee this situation for what it is, and you'll be on your own, going on to the next. They can't see you free, Sagittarius. All right, Sagittarius. To see the likely outcome of this situation, what is likely to happen and unfold from now to end of the month, I need to tell you about, you need to be aware of. We're going to go ahead and take this to Patreon for the extended reading. I'm going to overturn this card here to show you the likely outcome, and I'm going to pull some more tarot oracle cards to just dive deeper into this situation. So if you guys really felt this was your reading and you need more clarity and answers, I promise you'll get those answers in the extended reading. So if you'd like to join me for the extended reading, open up the description box of this video where you will find the link to Patreon. That will take you to the extended reading. But if this is where you depart, Sagittarius, I really hope that this has resonated with you in the way that it gave you clarity, insight, healing, and guidance that you were looking for by watching this message. And if it has, please let me know. Drop a comment below, hit that like button, and don't forget to subscribe. I love you, Sagittarius, very much, and I'll see you next time. Take care, Sagittarius.